Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Laura Train Mama. Today we are having a look at the third and final story contained within the January 2026 edition of Thomas and Friends magazine. It's issue 857. Very Important Sheep. One evening, Sir Topham Hatt came to visit Percy at his shed. Tomorrow will be the spring fair. Percy, I need you to go to Farmer McColl's farm and collect his new spring lambs and ewes. Sir Topham Hatt told Percy, I've got a special job to do. Next day, Percy did his mail rounds as usual and then rushed back to collect a livestock wagon to carry the sheep in. He was in such a rush that he bumped the wagon and didn't realise he'd made a hole in it. Percy arrived at the farm and collected the sheep. Have to hurry, very important sheep coming through, said Percy with pride. He didn't realise it, but the hole in his wagon was big enough for a sheep to fit through, and every time he stopped, a sheep jumped out onto the tracks. Later that day, Thomas was pulling Clarabel and Annie. Suddenly, Thomas screeched to a halt. Whatever's the matter? Asked Clarabel. There's a lamb on the track, replied Thomas with surprise. Thomas's guard carefully picked up the lamb and put it on Annie. Wait a minute, I can't carry a lamb. Think of my upholstery, complained Annie. But in the end, she agreed it was probably okay. It's one of Percy's sheep. Thomas set off again, but he hadn't gone far when he found another lamb, then another, and another. Percy arrived at the spring fair right on time. Farmer McColl was waiting to collect his sheep, but when he opened Percy's wagon, it was empty. There's a hole at the back of the wagon, said Farmer McColl. Percy was very worried. Oh no, I must have damaged it at the shunting yard. Just then, Thomas arrived with a happy peep. He quickly let the sheep off Annie and told Farmer McColl what had happened. I thought these must be yours, explained Thomas. Percy was very relieved, and so was Annie. I hope I never have to carry livestock again, Percy replied. And then it doesn't say it, but I think it's meant to say the end. That brings us to the end of the third and final story contained within the Thomas and Friends magazine for January 2026. But before you go, join me now. We're going to look at that storytime quiz. Let's go. Question 1. What animal did Thomas help to find a new home in the first story? Was it A, squirrel, or a dog? That's right, it was a dog. Question 2. Which engine came to help Thomas when he derailed in the first story? Was it Emily or James? That's right, it was Emily. Question 3. Who finds Percy's sheep in Very Important Sheep? Was it James or Thomas? That's right, it was Thomas. If you guessed Thomas, well done. And that, friends, brings us to the very end. Today, we did a skim through of the Thomas and Friends magazine for January 2026. It's issue 857. We had a look at those free gift items. We read stories. If you missed any stories, you might want to go back and watch them. And other than that, have a great day.